Hello there, in this video I'm going to show you slots along with polygons in a sketch in Inventor part. So let's open up a new part file, and once we're in there we'll open up a new sketch. So let's open up that part file, and let's open up that 2D sketch. So now we're in the sketch. These are the tools that we'll be going over. Make sure that you watch my videos on the previous tools, rectangles, arcs, circles, lines, all of those, because those are more used than these. The only tool that I use out of these 6 are the Polygon tools. So let's just go over slots. The first one will be center to center, so one center to another center, and then you just decide the width of it. To dimension this, you would first dimension the length. Let's say you want to be 1. And you just dimension the radius of this, which would be half the width. So let's say we want 0.5. That's basically it. That's all you can dimension in this. All that's left to be constrained is where you want to be. So if we were to create this slot again, but without the dimension tool, we'd first define what we want the original line to be, and then we will define how big we want the final width to be. So you want to be 0.5 inches, press enter, and there we go. We have finished it. That's all it is. There's only one last constraint that you can add to it, and that would be just defining how far away it will be. 1, enter. Let's also define this. 0.5, enter. So yeah, that's a slot. I personally wouldn't do that. I would much rather make a 0.5 inch circle, 2 of them actually, and then draw 2 tangent lines to them. And then I'll trim away the excess circular part and simply be done with it. I wouldn't go through with drawing out a slot. So yeah, this is what I would do. Instead of drawing out a slot, I would just do 2 circles with 2 lines across and trimming it. So let's move on to the next type of slot that can be made. Slot overall, it will be end to end, and then we will simply just recreate where the width lines are going to go. This is also pretty far-fetched to use, but if you were to dimension this again, same way. 1 and just circular part, 1, enter. There we go. And that's basically it. Everything else would stay the same, as can be observed by me literally placing it on the origin. If it turns blue, that means everything is constrained. This is a really messy drawing, but that's alright, because this is pretty useless. Let's move on to the final of the straight slots. Center point, just from center to a point, it'll go in both directions, and it's the same thing again. You just decide the width. Yeah, let's just use a dimension tool on it. 0.5, enter, and let's just use this. Let's make it 1, enter. 1, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty useless. If you do have a use for this, please comment down below. I want to know what it is. So let's talk about slots. This circular slot, like this, and then you blow it up almost. So yeah, this is the circular slot. One way to make a circular slot. Let me just show you a way to define it. You can define the radius of it. Let's just say we want to be 2. We can also define the width of it. Let's say we want to be 0.5, enter. And the last but not least thing would simply be to define the distance of it. You can also define the number of degrees between these. So I believe you would select the end and just define the distance between them. Oh well, I mean, you're never going to use this. I don't even know why I'm making this. Anyways, let's move on. Center point arc. Yeah. This one is more concise compared to this one. You make an arc first from a circular shape, and then you blow it up, make it with something. But this still will never be used. And polygon, the only thing that I actually use. There's 2 ways to make a polygon, and there's many different polygons that can be made with this tool. Polygon tool will create a regular polygon, meaning all equal sides and all equal angles. So how it works is either you can go from center to a vertex or a center to the midpoint of a side. And if you type whatever number you want, that's how many sides you'll get. Let's say we want 6 sides. 6 sides for now. I'll show another one after. So we want center to a vertex. So let's say we want to dimension a side, we just double click and then type in 2, for instance, and everything will get smaller. So everything here will be 2 inches, and the only reason that this is still green because it's not grounded anymore, and I don't feel like grounding it, so it doesn't matter. So let me show you the other side of the polygon tool. It's from center to vertex. So let me change the number of sides I want on there, and boom. So yeah, this is a decagon, and dimensioning would be the same thing. Let's just do that. Let's make it 1. Okay, and there we go. So how the polygon tool works, you want to press done after you're done using it. If you press done, it'll just unselect the tool. So while this is open, you can create as many shapes as you want. But once you press enter or done, that's it. So that was a pretty short video. It was just me saying how useless slots are, and polygons are pretty alright. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, I suppose. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.